We're resuming.
Yeah.
Did you find your moot?
Did you get
motion?
those?
We copied them in various places and we copied them over. Now all I have to do is find that one again. It is motions from, okay.
No, I'm waiting for somebody to say quorum call. Oh. I'm sorry, I call this meeting back to order. Yes, thank you very much. What's the time? 12:09, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I haven't had time to remove them from the sheet, but we have 3 persons who have checked out. So we now have,
Yeah, only 3?
Everybody's checked out by now, but check the left.
but I mean, yeah, checked out and indicated they were not coming back.
All
So
right,
I'm gonna
well,
have
let's
to-
run the roll.
I'm gonna have to make a copy of that.
Yes, sir. Anything I have, you're welcome to.
Yeah, we were solving the other technical.
You have a question?
There's not a
That's how you
quorum.
prove it.
We may
That's
not.
how we prove there's not a quorum.
Yeah, that's exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 18, 19, 20, 22, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 37, 38, 39, 40, 40, 41.
We got about 40 people here. We need how much?
Out of 56. Oh, out of 84.
Out of 84, we ain't got enough.
Wait a minute.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Thank you, Lord.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, 21, 22, 38. Certainly not 43.
Hold on. One sec.
Yeah, just do the call. And then there's no question. Because 2 more just walked in.
So we're up to 40.
And 2 just walked out. Yeah,
Yeah.
Lynn.
Everybody needs to stay here and get the rest of the people in here then.
That's what we really need.
Evil chair.
I'm
No,
trying not
that's
to be
the
tragically evil,
chair
though.
right there.
Evil.
I mean, Omar has some motions he wants to. Did we find the motions from Omar?
Yes.
We did, and so I'm putting the. It was a complex
Okay,
technical problem.
let's
that
do the
we
roll
have
call,
now
please, and then we'll know for sure, and that'll be the decision.
Roll call.
And then we know for sure. We're just done. Because I want to know who's not here. For the record, this way we know exactly what happened.
It's a lot harder
Well,
for you to do
isn't
that.
pretty much what we're doing anyway?
Please, we've got a process, even if it's slow, it'll work.
Even if it sucks, it works? Is that what you said?
It only takes a few minutes. And then the tape gets it, and we're good.
I'm just making sure that we've got an accurate count. I know it takes a minute, but two technical issues had to be resolved.
Chuck,
Those darn
that's
technical issues.
one more.
I'm going to take up drinking. I'm hitting the Coke pretty hard.
I will be presenting a budget by our next meeting.
He just used the word budget.
I will be presenting.
Excellent. We need one.
Well,
Except
y'all can vote it up, down, and
I'm already voting against it. I'm just messing with you.
It's okay. I just trying to put
Okay,
together
we
something.
All right, we're good?
We have 79 now.
Okay. The number of delegates is 79.
And ones who should be here.
Okay. Proceed with the roll call, please.
Okay, Ned's later. Okay. Joshua Arnone. Benjamin Bacharach. Amy Baum. Pete Blom. Greg Bowen. James Campbell. Audrey Capozzi. We should maybe make a mention sometime to check out if they leave. Chipman, James Chipman. Richard Creamer. Dana Cummings. Ashley DeWitt. Amanda Dillon. Dale Doling. Robert Enright. Joshua Folsom. Robert Frank. Lawrence Gillis. Suzanne Gilmore here. Martin Gold. Lawrence Goff. Jason Hamlin. Jason Hartgrave. Matthew Hazelton. Travis Hearn. What?
He left.
Left, okay. Good. I don't mean good that he left. Brandy Hicks. Gabe Higgins. Higgins?
He's left as well.
Okay, I thought I heard something, so. 1 second, I have to go back. All right, so Higgins is not here.
He's departed the premises.
All right.
Left.
Michael Higgs. Ralph Horton. Lynn House. Charles House. Augustus Invictus. Robert Inzerillo. Joseph Jacobs. Wayne Jackman. Gonkeet Jasuwine. And I'm going to have a question when we get to the end of this. Lee Karitzer. Philip Levy. Guy Langsdale. Dave Levitt. George Leibovitz. Berlin Lewis. Artie Lurie. Jody McMasters. Amy Meek. Richard Molick. James Morris.
Here.
Joel Mountain. James Neely. Stephen Nicala. Daryl O'Kane. Raquel Okier. Kevin O'Neill. Ryan Ramsey. Omar Requero. Carlos Rodriguez. Ronald Rawlings. Robert Schlottman. Tony Sellers. Paul Stanton. Lawrence Stone. John Thompson. Donnie Torok. William Turnage. Darlene Underwood. Joe Vaccarino. Michael Vaccarino. Joseph Wendt. Kenneth Willey. David Weisberg. Beatrix Wood. Russ Wood. Gabriel Wozniak. Matthew Wright. Charles Braden.
I'm here.
Marcia Powell. Marcia. Michelle Bryant. Stacy Selleck.
She's left.
Bill Sadler. John Main. Now, I have not, before I look at the numbers, I have not had time to remove the people who were already absent earlier. So, do we need to do that? In other words, we know that there were some people who were not here this morning. Do we need to remove them from looking at a quorum, or do we need to look at where we started at this morning, other than the people who actually checked out officially?
If they've left, then we know they've left.
Okay, do you want me to, all I could do at the time to get through this was absent. Do you want me to remove the ones people knew, although I will have to go through again?
If we know they've left, then.
Okay.
But we have to know. It's not because it's.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to take them out. Okay, do we wanna just call if you know somebody's gone?
I've already told you one time.
Okay, but I need,
Well, what's the number?
okay, we have 79 as of this morning, and we have 45 here now, so that's
More than half. That's more than half.
more than half. It's good enough?
We can proceed.
Okay, let's go then.
So let's don't mess with the list.
I don't wanna hold it up, I didn't wanna hold it up anymore, but I would, if necessary, before we made it official.
Okay. We shall resume.
Okay.
There were motions from the floor, is that correct?
Motion's from the floor.
That was, okay. Omar, you made some, yeah, that's 79 right now. Omar, you had motions from the floor? Does the secretary have them? All right. Madam Secretary? Yes. Technically. You got to get over there before she reads it to me. Oh, well, okay, whichever one she wants to read to me
Well, I
first.
can't look at that while he does something on the other one, so, hold on, let me find where it is. There's the motions, all right. This is yours, this one right here. The first one here.
Yes.
National candidate inclusion.
We changed maybe to may not, or may not be.
At some point I have to take I woke up sick yesterday, so the meds have to come at some point. What is it?
Changed wording from may be to may not be.
Where's
Right
that at?
here,
Right
may
there.
not be denied. That's your change.
May not be done.
Now, understand that that one that you put in that's gonna show up on Slack and any place else will not contain that. So I would recommend that you go back and change that. Okay. All right. Title, National Candidate Inclusion. Type, Standing Rule. Text, Article 13 of the Standing Rule shall be amended to include Section 3. So is this an added,
Yes.
an amendment to include? Section 3, no candidate seeking nationwide office who meets minimum requirements set by the National Libertarian Party. This no longer makes grammatical sense. Are you sure? Can we unamend? You're unamending your amendment, okay.
Yikes.
Shall I start over?
Yes.
Yeah, read that, please, yes.
Okay. Including the location, Article 3 and so on?
Just read the text.
Article 13 of the Standing Rule shall be amended to include Section 3, no candidate seeking nationwide office who meets minimum requirements set by the National Libertarian Party may be denied equal access to the state convention without a two-thirds majority vote by the executive committee, and made by Paul Stanton.
Is there a second?
Read the motion again, was that the
Yes, that was
request?
request.
All right. Article 13 of the standing rules shall be amended to include Section 3. No candidate seeking nationwide office who meets minimum requirements set by the National Libertarian Party may be denied equal access to the state convention without a two-thirds majority vote by the executive committee, made by Paul Stanton.
Is there a second? Okay, it has been seconded. Is there any discussion on this? Yeah, sure. Paul, we'll give point of privilege. Go ahead, Paul. George, you're next. George. Pete, you're next. Not that I'm aware of.
Or something doesn't fit.
Hold on. Hold on. I asked Pete, and then you can answer that question, because I said he was next. Pete, go ahead.
I'm against this idea for actually three short reasons. We are a party of principle. We're not necessarily the party of supporting all candidates that come forward. That remains, it should be a political decision that is made by the OPMC or this body as the situation becomes binding. But it's not necessarily something that has to be written in stone, which is national. Whoever they come up with, we have to accept it. So I think that should stay in the realm of something that should be debated as it happens and apply it at that time. It's a political decision. We have to be held accountable for our political decision, and it should be written right up there. I also don't like the idea of giving over our initiatives to national parties.
Okay. I'll let you answer the question, and then we'll go to Augustus. Augustus. Anna Marie, did you want to address this?
Senator?
No, they're not
Senate
nationwide.
would be, yeah.
Omar, did you have a point? discussion? Suzanne?
I had a concern with the language where it says, who meets minimal requirements set by the National Libertarian Party. In that there's no indication as to how one would determine whether they did or did not meet the minimal requirements set by the National Libertarian Party. So it would either need more language or less, but it's a little non-specific, and I don't want us to have, even if we considered this, I wouldn't want us to have to be trying to figure out whether the person did or did not meet those minimal standards unless you had additional language in there that said specifically where that might be, and then if they change it, then you have another problem.
Well, did you want? Okay, I wasn't sure if you were just. Motion referred to committee. Second? Lynn, you want to discuss that motion to refer to committee? Fair.
Which committee?
Did you intend motion to refer to the executive committee?
To the executive or the platform or
To the
what?
rules committee?
Rules?
Yeah.
Rules committee.
Dana's committee.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
With that clarification, Dana, do you still
clarifying.
second? Okay. Does that take care of your point of order there, Lynn? Okay. The rules committee's got a lot of work to do after this, maybe.
It did anyway.
All in favor of moving this to the committee?
Aye.
All opposed? Lynn?
Ayes.
I mean,
Ayes pass.
Dana? Yeah, ayes have it. Dana?
Ayes have it.
Wouldn't say.
There, we got a few things for them to do now.
Poor Dana's
Oh.
gonna have a work cut out.
Well,
That's right, that's true. They went to platform committee.
Oh, they went to platform.
That's
Okay,
right.
that's right.
Wayne's got a lot to do, too.
Ah,
yeah.
All right. Okay, next motion, Suzanne.
Title, Statement Against Racism and Bigotry. Type, Platform. At least this won't go to the Rules Committee. Article 1, Section 4 of the Libertarian Part of Florida platform shall be amended to insert the following sentence at the beginning. We reject racism and bigotry as antithetical to a libertarian society. The full section would then read as follows. 4. We reject racism and bigotry as antithetical to a libertarian society. We support equality under the law and condemn any law that either rewards or punishes any individual based on race, ethnicity, religion, gender identity, sexual orientation, 1, or any other group identification. Each person has the same inalienable rights. It is the state's duty, that is state's plural duty, to protect those rights for each individual equally, made by Paul Stanton. So it would need some,
Do we need a second? I mean, I need a second. Is there a second? Greg, second. Sir, go ahead. You have point of privilege.
okay.
The one? What do you mean, the one? You said the one? What does that mean?
The one after orientation, your motion is now to strike that? It's a footnote. Okay. Did you mean to say Libertarian Part of Florida? Okay, and,
You only inserted the one sentence, is that correct? We reject racism and bigotry as antithetical to a libertarian society. Period. Done. End of story. Omar.
and states, you meant to put state apostrophe
No,
S?
no, that already exists. The new language is.
It exists ungrammatically, okay.
Omar. Does it still say reject? It should say oppose, yeah,
last year.
yes. It's a mistake in the text that needs to be fixed. And I don't know why it's still there. Apparently, we can't manage to get that one word changed. We've tried for a couple of weeks now. I don't know what's up with that. Okay, but that's sort of neither here nor there towards the motion, which is to add this line.
Well, if we leave it in, then, and if it were to pass, would it not then pass with the word condemn now
No.
rememorialized?
The motion is to add this line. The rest of the text is there
Well,
for reference.
Where, I don't see that it says one line. The motion is, it says text and nothing is underlined.
I thought you said, you read, it's to
I read-
insert this sentence before.
The following sentence at the beginning. Okay, so you're just,
So
let
then,
me underline that so it's clear,
okay,
as to
We'll
what
have to
the
work on that.
language is then.
so it's just this one sentence, right? I mean, the rest of it reads as is. Although it is
Okay.
improperly copied, it should have said oppose and not reject. Okay. I saw George, and then Mr. Wozniak, and then I'll get the folks in the back. George, go, and then you.
Do we need a second for all the amendments?
What?
His amended, he changed,
No, he didn't change anything.
okay, all right.
George. Mr. Wozniak. There's a point. Okay, it was either Brandy or Ryan, I wasn't sure. Okay, so, your name, sir? You concur with that? Okay. Joshua, and then Pete?
Good point.
Any other discussion on this? Paul? Oh, I'm sorry, Pete, you're right, and then Paul, you're right, I did recognize you, sorry.
Yeah, people all lose that. I would go ahead and argue with the Libertarian Party of Florida, which you're representing, it's not necessarily against racism and bigotry. What we are against is using force and thought on others and want to enforce the rule of law amongst everyone. If you are a racist, or I was a racist, but I did not use force or thought on anyone else, it's nobody else's business. To start injecting words like this into our platform, start inviting all kinds of negatives and places where we do not want to go. It infringes upon the meaningful rights of them. I think we should be rejected on that basis.
It'll be Paul and then Ryan. Paul, could you do that? Or maybe Ryan first. Paul, hang on a second, Ryan. He did. Go ahead, Paul. Okay, you yield the floor, Ryan, sir. Any other discussion on this? Sir? Okay. Call the
Move to
question?
what?
Second on that? All in favor of ending discussion, say aye.
Who made the motion?
You're correct.
Who made the motion, please, again? What?
Jason Hargrave.
Jason Hargrave, motion
And you wanted the
to-
seconder?
Call the question.
Right.
And it was seconded
I don't know who it was seconded.
by Dana
Okay.
Cummings.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We got one or two, but not many. Going to move to the vote now. All in favor of adding this line to the platform at that section, say aye. Okay. All opposed?
Nay.
Nays have it. Hey, there was a note in there. Sorry, you don't have a sign you can hold up. Okay. We had one more, is that correct?
One more.
One more, correct.
Motion to amend bylaws, Article 4, Section 3, type bylaw. Type text, move to amendment Part A to read, delegates shall be members as prescribed in Article 2 of the Constitution on the day of commencement of the annual business meeting, and a delegate must be a verifiably registered Libertarian Party of Florida voter in the state of Florida 60 days prior to the start of the annual business meeting. Delegate status may be denied by a 2/3 majority of the executive committee if a potential delegate has been found to have violated the non-aggression principle made by Omar Requero.
Is there a second?
So
Okay.
is that a
Joshua got it?
strike and replace? Is that
there-
what?
does that section already exist?
Is some of that exists, so is it a motion to
Omar, was
strike
that a strike and replace?
Or do you have some specific language?
Omar, was that to strike the current text and replace it with what she just read?
Adding the part in
Okay,
quotes.
so you're gonna omit, so
Okay.
the problem is that this doesn't show the new text.
It does not, so we're
Okay.
just trying to clarify.
Excuse me? Did we? Oh.
This was discussed yesterday, but it's adding another,
It's the same,
True.
yeah,
Oh, so you're bringing this back, and I've somehow forgotten that.
that's been,
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I agree, I'm lost too.
the change adds in the word 60 days,
Or what are you adding to it, exactly? What's the new words?
added the word.
So you want to re-implement section A, which was just struck earlier. Oh, it was tabled. I think that makes that out of order.
That's a
yeah,
problem.
it does.
That
It's
does.
the table.
That makes it out of order. Lynn, you have a, no. Look on page 3. Look on page 3 of your handout. And he's changing the part that was struck in the motion that was tabled.
Page 3.
Yeah. Right, which is tabled though. Right. Which makes this motion out of order as far as I understand. Is that correct? Okay. Yeah, we voted to table it. Any other parliamentary procedure points, sir? Yes. You just changed your registration? I see. Okay, at this point, is there any objection to the ruling that the motion made by Omar is out of order?
No objection.
You have a parliamentary procedure point? That's on page 3.
See, and that's where I was, 'cause I was reading it.
So am I wrong? That could happen. Oh, they are very similar. But that's all just been struck. I see. Is that what you were trying to tell me, Dana? I gotcha, and I misunderstood. So it's just been struck. So it's still out of order either way. You're now amending a bylaw that no longer exists.
Bylaw doesn't exist.
That is a seg fault error. You just blue screened.
Okay, my notes.
But
are
it
somewhere
no longer
else on
exists.
that one. So I don't know.
Bylaw doesn't exist anymore?
Which part are you amending? Let's go straight to this one. Which part are you amending? We're looking at yet a... I see what you're saying. Yeah, it passed. Yes, it passed yesterday.
Struck that black part and it's done.
So we're not doing a seg fault. Okay.
So we
Okay, now we got the
struck-
author to explain this to us.
What did we?
Page
we s-
5,
Page 5.
for those of all
Yeah.
following at home or desperately trying to watch this video. 2016 ABM Bylaw 4. If you read the whole thing, you'll see the struck part, the part that was struck, I should say. Or have signed the new voter registration or party change form to become a valid registered LPF voter in the LPF secretary. That part was struck. And then the word prior was not struck. He's saying add 60 days before the word prior. I think that probably is in order because it doesn't directly impact what was already done. Does that make sense? Anybody going to challenge that? Okay. Now that we actually know what we're talking about, do you want me to try again? Okay. Here's my understanding. I have been educated on appeals of the chair. Apparently it is a debatable thing. And apparently what I'm supposed to do is explain my reasoning and then we can debate it. My reasoning is it doesn't change what was, well, maybe it does. We'll find out. Change what was motioned earlier. That's my entire reasoning. Dana, do you want to address that? Yeah. I gotcha. I gotcha. That's a valid concept. Greg?
Because this is something that we made a change on yesterday when we had a full delegation here, it seems impractical
Okay.
to change it again with a much smaller
Mm,
delegation.
that makes sense.
Um,
Now remember, you're appealing my ruling, so which is cool. I wasn't sure if you were debating the thing or appealing the ruling. Hang on. Do you have a parliamentary point, sir? This is getting crazy. Okay. So then you're saying the argument is that the ruling was correct, it's out of order. Okay, Joshua. Does that affect my ruling?
No.
Is there anybody who wants to discuss whether or not I ruled it right or wrong? Okay, Omar, do you want to discuss whether I ruled it right or wrong? All right. All in favor of overruling chair, say aye. All opposed? Oh, that's way too close to
Okay,
call.
and would you repeat what it is that they just voted on? Because I didn't
Okay,
vote
that's
because I
fair.
couldn't hear it.
That's fair.
Okay,
They're ruling on whether or not Omar's motion should be accepted. I said it should be.
accepted because of being out of order?
Being out of
or-
order. I said it was in order, although truthfully I'm starting to think it's
Okay,
not.
so where are we now? In order or out of order, sir?
And that was the rule, that was the vote that just came down, and it sounded pretty split, so we probably have to deal with that. Means we're overturning the chair.
So
Right.
we're over, the vote is whether to overrule the decision of the chair that
Right.
it was out of order?
No, I ruled it in order. I said, yes, we can proceed.
You said it was in order, okay.
Okay, so, okay. I
Alright,
see some
See why I
misunderstanding here.
wanted this clarified, because
Alright.
I think I'm not the only
Because
one who
I-
is not 100%
I would probably
certain.
vote against myself at this point as well. Let's take this again. Aye means that yes, the motion will continue. Nay means it will stop right here. All in favor of letting it continue? All opposed?
Nay.
Is that a clearer day? Seems clear to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Nay, to do well.
Omar, I'm overruled. It's out of order. That's the last motion, I hope, so I don't mess up too much anything else. Dana? Okay. Because, apparently, I got to work on that. All right. Before I make this last thing, again, thank you to all our sponsors. Thank you to everybody who was here. And thank you for putting up with me. We have Nick Sarwalk here from National. He would like to address the delegation. So after we close, please don't jump up and run out. Please don't. Give him some time. I'm seeking a motion to adjourn. Say again, Dana? Dana, you have the floor. Dana, go ahead. Yes, that's a good point. There's at least one or two. Sure, okay. I'm prepared to do that. Dick Creamer, do you have that list handy? Could you possibly get it in any chance? And do you need me read, or can you just make it available to those who wish to know?
Am I going to need to take this list by hand here?
No, hang on. What?
Dick's gonna email it to you.
He's powering up. Hold on. Hold on.
Email it to you.
I mean, yeah, because we're going to email the list out. It's not a secret.
But should that list be included in the minutes with the names?
Yeah, I think so.
So will Mr. Kramer
email.
please provide me a copy of that list so that I don't have to write each name down? That'd be nice.
Right, exactly. Well,
Right.
I've asked him if he's willing to do that, and he's busy getting his records.
And did I hear this is provisional?
This is a provisional list,
Provisional.
because there's one name on there we have to verify, although we all know that it's good. That whole due diligence thing.
And the list that I get, will be as read from the floor, and then if there's a change, there will be another list?
Mr. Kramer,
I
don't
think
know
we're
which
gonna
list he's
have to
going to
do
send
it
you.
that way, right?
I presume he's going to send you that list.
Yeah, so we'll need the list as is, and then we'll need the list again when
There
it's
may
no
be a
longer
modification.
provisional.
The list should be good, but if it turns out that the one name we're concerned about doesn't check out by some crazy miracle, then it changes one. I mean, is there actually any possibility that that person's not qualified?
Well, there's,
Yeah, exactly, but I can't prove it yet, and that's the rule, so. Who would give him a knife? Sorry, say again?
Ah,
Sir,
Billy Bowlegs.
I'm sorry, say again? You have the floor. You have the floor. But that's what this is. The answer is technically yes, but we haven't certified. Well, I know, you're shaking your head. We haven't chosen the electors. That's true. We're choosing our delegates to the national, to be very specific with our terms. Thank you, Lynn. I was about to really mess that up right on tape. Yeah,
The electors. That is a good point.
yeah, yeah. No, we haven't touched that. Right. Mr. Creamer, do you have that list? Are you willing to come up here and read it on tape? Are we still using tape? That's pretty 1970s, you know?
No,
Okay.
it's all digital, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dick Creamer.
Dick Creamer, that's my porn name. Years ago, I was introduced to a young lady, and she says, Dick Creamer, that sounds like a porn name. And I said, oh, you've seen my films. Anyway, I'm going to start out with the EC members and those regional appointees that were done by the regional reps. And these are in no particular order. Pete Blom, Charles Braden, Audrey Capozzi, James Chipman, myself, Dana Cummings, Carl Dickey, Allison Boxall, Suzanne Gilmore, Lynn House, Joseph Jacobs, George Leibovitz, Marcos Morai, Richard Molek, James Morris, Stephen Nikala, Heather Price, Omar Requero, Stacy Selleck, Tony Sellers, Paul Stanton, Donnie Torok, pop up, sorry. Darlene Underwood, Joanne Baccarino, Joseph Wint, Kenneth Willie, Russell Wood, and now we're getting into the names that were elected yesterday. Ricardo Rodriguez, Sasha Dubern, Joshua Arnone, Amanda Dillon, Abigail Dubern, Keon Grayson, Gabriel Higgins, Jared Grafoni, Robert Frank, Jason Hartgrave, Gabriel Wozniak, Elsa Gravomi, Brandy Hicks, Charles House, David Levitt, Arthur Lurie, Kevin O'Neill, Mark Tanser, Beatrix Wood, James Jensen, Lee Karotzer, Jean-Luc Teske, John Thompson, Philippe Cataret, Alexander Snitke, and Macy John. Those are the top 53. You want me to read the rest of them?
You want the alternates? Sure, put 'em on.
The alternates: Marana Cataret, Matt Wild, Amy Meek, Augustus Invictus, Matthew Wright, Carlos Rodriguez, Philip Labe, Robert Schlotman, Ashley DeWitt, Lawrence Guff, Shane George, Wayne Jackman, I guess this is Raquel Toombs, Robert Enright, James Ray, Jessica Mears, Michael Kane, Travis Hearn, Ryan Ramsey, William Turnage, Guy Lansdale, Vincent Hanna, Daryl O'Kane, Susan George, Robert Lapham, Robert Inzerillo, Kara Johnson, Ronald Schnell, Larry Schneck, and Kathleen Battershell.
Okay, is that the end of the alternate?
That's the end of the alternate list.
Do the next 3 or 4, please.
The next 3 or 4. The next 5. Philippe Neptune, Izar Vargas, Scott Nicholson, Jason Hamlin, Peter Richter, and Dennis Holland.
Oh, apparently, he's tall. Yeah, that's okay. Everybody's taller than me, I know.
So Dick?
Gives me a lot of people to look up to. Okay, let me explain some,
Send me that list.
let me explain something about this. First off, Vicki Kirkland's name is not called. It's on there. She's a delegate, which would bump one person down. That happens to be Macy John. She'd become an alternate instead of a delegate. There's another person on that list, Jared Grifoni. We can't verify him. I believe there's no way on this planet he's not qualified. We just can't get the record to prove it yet. We'll have to prove that and certify him on the list. Additionally, the reason I had him call the last few names so that they'll be on the record is that I've been told by our rep on the committee, the credentials committee, that we have 53 alternates, not 50. So I had him call those extra few names so that they may also be included. Those are the administrative issues that I need to understand and take care of before we certify this list and send this off to national. But that is the list. I hope that answers the questions except for Omar, sir. He was elected, so that means an alternate might move up. Yeah, so there's the list. I hope that does satisfy the curiosity, and that's why we didn't publish the list today, which just became available, a little while ago, because there's those things that need to be adjusted before that list is final. Are there anything else from the floor? Now I will seek that motion to adjourn. Greg? Second by Matt. Yeah, that was fast. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Mr. Sarwak, you have the floor.